Welcome back everybody to Mr. Daily Carry. Today we are going over one of my favorites, a multi-tool. I don't have very many Leatherman multi-tools. I got a couple of them kind of rolling around. None that I really use because they're just too heavy for the pocket, too inconvenient. I had tools on them I didn't need, didn't really use. One of the ones that I've really held on to though over the years has been the Leatherman Skeletool. So that's what we're going to go over today. Some of the specs, just to get those out of the way. This knife here / multi-tool was originally developed around 2007. It's a 7-in-1 tool, pretty handy. All the tools on them are very useful. Something I use mostly every day, most all the tools. Some of the things they call tools on here are like, oh, I didn't even know that was considered a tool. We'll go over that. Comes some of the specs. Blade length on this knife, 2.6 inches, just over 2.5 inches. This is an upgraded version. It's the CX. This one's kind of an older version. This is the one with the carbon fiber inlay. Really kind of a neat version. So I don't think they make that anymore, that version. You can customize them, but we'll get into that a little bit later. Upgraded blade steel, 154 cm. It says it right on there. I'll open the blade here. There we go. Everybody can see that. Very compact. Got a little liner lock here, so you can just kind of depress it, shut it. Down it goes. Some more specs on this would be the 154 cm blade does have a hardness of 58 to 60 for all you blade hardness nerds out there that need to know. That's the Rockwell scale of hardness, so if I understand that's pretty good steel overall. Really good steel, 154 cm. It's not S30V, but this thing does take a beating. I haven't sharpened it yet, but I have used it quite a bit for various tasks. Mainly, I carry a separate pocket knife that I use for cutting, so I don't use this blade a ton, although it could stand up very well. It's very thick. Nice thick blade on there. Very heavy duty feeling. Nice positive snap when you open it. A good one hand closing. Closed, it is 4 inches. Weighs about 5 ounces or 142 grams. Open 6 inches, and I think when they say open 6 inches, I think that's the 6 inches we're talking about. Because the blade itself is 2.6, so if you were talking about the blade open with the knife, you're looking at more like 6.6 inches fully opened. It's fairly thin in the pocket. It's only about a 1/2 inch, 0.52 coming this way. Some additional stuff. We'll get into kind of the tools here in a moment, but this tool has pretty much everything that you could want and nothing that you don't want, pretty much. It's very skeletonized, as the word alludes to. A lot of stuff cut out, a lot of material. I mean, you can see the pliers right through the tool itself. Very thin edges, but very rigid, very impressive. Very, very cool. Very rigid, very impressive, so that's really, really cool. Continuing on, we'll talk about some of the features now, and we'll talk about some of the additional little hidden features that aren't readily noticeable. So one thing I did notice, it has tons of badging. Leatherman here, Leatherman here, Leatherman here. If you doubted that this was a Leatherman here. Every little part has Leatherman stamped on it, so that's a little bit overboard, but maybe they do that for patenting reasons. I'm not really sure. So some of the tools we have on this knife, of course, / tool, the knife, 2.6 inch blade. This actually is really comfortable in the hand when you go to grab it. It's got kind of an interesting contour. It's really smooth right there for that finger to come around. Does not have any jimping on the top, so you're not going to be doing, but it does have quite a wider surface there, so that thumb actually fits pretty comfortably on that knife. Opening this knife up, comes the tool. This is not spring activated, so there is no spring to keep this open and closed or closed. So you kind of have to manipulate it. I like to slide my ring finger in there, opening and closing it as I'm grabbing things. The innermost pliers, followed by a set of pliers right in here for grabbing the bolts and different things. A little bit further in, you got a wire cutter, and then more of like a hard wire cutter, which is this, they call this little thing kind of like a inner little circle there where it cuts more of a hard wire. So very great for stripping and things like of that nature. Another thing it has that's really neat is a little carabiner. So if you want to clip that on something like your bag, you can literally just like almost clip it on anything. and it'd hang off your bag. Keys, a little bit heavy for the pocket for keys. I usually carry this off body in a bag, but even this seems a little bit weighty after a while if you're just used to carrying, like, you know, something like a bug out Benchmade that's super lightweight. Some of the other features that are really cool are the bed driver. So you open this baby up and you have your Phillips head bits. Phillips head bits are number 1 and 2 for anybody who's curious about that. This little thing depresses right here. You depress that, it comes out. You don't have to depress it, stick it in. Stick it in, it locks. And it's pretty positive lock. In fact, I can't rip that out of there. Oh, I guess I just did. It's pretty positive. You can rip it out of there apparently, but it does stay in pretty hefty. This little thing kind of springs open. I don't know if you can catch that. It springs open right there. A little movement there. A little grip. And you can switch the blades. This is the smaller size. And then the bit storage, you flip the knife over, and this carbon fiber inlay, which I really love about this, kind of gives it that really cool, kind of more refined almost look. You get your 1/4 inch and 3/16 inch flathead screwdriver. So you can easily take those out, switch this out. And I like to put these away around and take them out so I don't lose them, because they're kind of a one-of-a-kind item. You can order replacements on the website, Leatherman website, if you so choose. These run, you know, like, speaking of website, these do run somewhere in the neighborhood of $90 still. They do make other versions. You can get serrated, you can customize if you want to. I like this particular flavor. It's just very nice, very refined. It even has a little curved section right there. If you can catch that right in here where it just kind of curves in, just helps with the contour of your hand. When I carry this around, I do not carry it with the flathead regular screwdriver. So you got your bit here, you put your Phillips head bit in and put it down. Nice and doesn't catch, it's nice and captured within this curvature of this frame. If you were to take this out and put the flathead in, you will notice that it's a little sharp right there. You can actually catch yourself there. That would actually hurt. And that would actually make a mark on you. So I don't carry it with the flathead in just because, for that reason. So either Phillips will work and be totally concealed within the shroud like that. So that's how I carry it, and then I just store the other bit right in there, nice and concealed. Never had that fall out, so that's great. Just got a slight little bend in the middle there. Some things like I like about that is that little hidden bit storage. That's just a great idea. Pocket clip. That's nothing I really like about it. Super sturdy. It seems to ride pretty high in the pocket when it's in there, so it almost feels like it's going to come out of the pocket. I've never had it come out of the pocket, but sometimes that clip is, I feel like it could be a little bit more sturdy. I realize why they didn't make it sturdier, but it would be nice to get a deep carry pocket clip for this knife. Have that be like maybe an option or an alternative, just for a little bit more added security or secure feeling, so that it didn't feel like it was going to kind of just flip out of your pocket, because it does have some weight to it. It is, I mean, compared to just a standard pocket knife, it is 5 ounces. I mean, most standard pocket knives run anywhere from about 2 ounces to, 3-ish. So this does have a little bit more weight, but for all that it offers, I mean, it's a great tool. It has everything that I personally need, and I'm not a construction worker. I don't work a ton with my hands, but it has what I need for everyday household use, and that's the most important thing to me. So not necessarily a Kong that has limited tools, but it sure is nice. It runs well. I definitely buy it again. I'm glad I don't have to, because they are $90. They're not cheap. So that being said, if you have any questions about this or other things that I reviewed, let me know. Hit me up in the comments. There are a lot of great knife reviewers. You can go to Blade HQ. They have a lot of great videos there. I think they have this for sale there as well. You can also go directly onto the Leatherman website and check that out. So, well, that's my review. Till next time.